Hi, Calpurno Piso here. C.S. Lewis was not an idiot. He was simply a Christ-psychotic, a person, infected with this terrible mental illness that we have. It's an innate mental illness that helped with our evolution into the Homo sapiens we are millions of years ago. So actually, he didn't realize it. A lot of people don't realize that we are our brains. We create gods, dreams, thoughts with our brains. God is a creation of the brain. It's not the other way around. A lot of people fail to realize that. Even a lot of scholars fail to see it. So anyway, Lewis was just he's a man that was born in 1898 in Ireland, a country that is infected, like the vast majority of countries, with Christ-Psychosis. It's a delusion in the brain. The same thing that people have mild forms of schizophrenia. See, the interesting about it is that the brain is a very, very delicate organ that creates everything. When it's young, when they're born, the brain starts to learn, absorb a lot of things and knowledge. And of course, believes everything because it's a form of survival. The parents tell them something and they believe it. But then what about if a 6-year-old child that believes in the tooth fairy, Santa Claus, a lot of things, and all of a sudden he's 18 years old and still believes in the tooth fairy and Santa? Well, it will be considered something is a retarded person. See, we must realize that faith is always inversely proportional to the knowledge and information of a person. Faith is actually a virtue of the ignorant, people that have no knowledge. And if the person has a lot of knowledge and is very well educated and is still believing in fairy tales, then you can properly say he's retarded. So there's a lot of scientists, people that believe in creationism, for instance, that cannot accept. They have to believe in the delusion that is there, because he cannot say, I don't know. So they have to resort to that. Well, C.S. Lewis was in the same category. The poor man was infected, and at that time we must realize that the Egyptian hieroglyphs were the first 4,000 years ago the beliefs came from. That's where all the beliefs originated from, with the idea of soul, afterlife, and everything that we see today originated from. They haven't been really deciphered. A lot of them were unknown. The only thing that was known is the Bible, which there are hundreds of them. And it's just a book of fairy tales, just like the Quran and the Talmud and the Bhagavad Gita and all these different religious texts. And religious texts are what? An influence of drugs. Anybody can write a Bible if you just take a few mushrooms, alters the brain. What about if somebody bumps you in the head? There is all kind of distorted things, distorts the vision. What about if somebody lacks of oxygen, for instance, also gives you visions? And so the brain has to be very, very balanced. When the brain starts believing in delusions as if they were reality, then that's what mental ill people are. If you take a schizophrenic with a mild form of schizophrenia, nothing really super. There's a lot of people running around that have schizophrenia, especially this unknown form of schizophrenia called religious psychosis. And there's many, many forms. Well, the poor C.S. Lewis, the poor man was, he lost his mother when he was 7 years old. He was born in it's a product of of Ireland, which it was Christ-Psychosis infected country. The whole Europe was Christ-psychotic infected. The whole everything. So they have these beliefs, these delusions. So therefore, the poor man, which claim, oh, he was an atheist. He never was an atheist. Impossible. He had those inside of his brain. That's the reason he get into the delusions. And one thing that we must realize is that delusions are actually create dopamine and serotonin. If you take and you have a delusion and you believe in something that is completely irrational, if you go see a movie, for instance, which is an irrational thing for entertainment, it feeds the brain with this dopamine and serotonin, this make him feel good things. That's the same way of religious psychosis. It's something that, why believe in reality? Reality doesn't cause any, when you die, what happens when you die? When you die, you decompose. The brain decomposes. Goes back to the same place that we were before we were created, assembled by the collision of a sperm and egg. Product of course, of evolution for 500 million years when the whole planet was formed. We are nothing but apes. We are crazy, mutated apes, and nobody seems to see it. We are destroying the planet with knowledge and this supposed intelligence. This is a disease that we have. But anyway, C.S. Lewis was just simply a Christ-psychotic man. He was delusional. And when he wrote Mere Christianity, I would say mere delusions, mere stupidity, mere irrationality. That's what it is. And there's a lot of these people today that believe in this total delusions. They accept them as reality. They never realize that the acceptance of an illusion, a delusion, as if it was reality, is a sign of a schizophrenia, mental illness. And what amazes me the most is that the neurologists today, they don't say it. They don't tell everybody this. Are these people scared, meek, afraid? Because 85% of the people are infected with this illness. Look at what's happening to the United States because of that. Mere Christ-Psychosis. That's what he should, that's what Lewis should have said. And a contemporary of Lewis was Sigmund Freud. Tremendous genius. He saw it like it was. He viewed religion as a form of an illusion causing delusion. A form of psychosis. And the man was completely right. Amazing. Absolutely amazing. But that's the way it is. Let's face reality. Faith is always inversely proportional to the knowledge and information that we have. In other words, the more faith a person has, the more the ignorance.